What's up, lady? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We know that you are not here for us. You're not here for us. You're here for you, right? Because between the kids in school and the virtual and like I don't know what's going on in your world right now, you made it here by a miracle and you were intrigued by the topic of this amazing training that we are putting on tonight for you. And so that being said, we know that you shuttling your kids to sports and doing all the different things. Tonight, I want you to take a deep breath. Release, let it go, get out your journal, get out your pen or your pencil, your favorite pen, because I know you got a favorite pen, right? It's the one that's really smooth. And I want you to take some notes. Let's focus on yourself and really set an intention for you to walk away with something profound this evening. We love that we get to give this to you. This is our gift, right? We're so excited for this. And so that being said, hang on, I had two more things I wanted to say. All right. 10 pounds, right? We're going to talk about losing 10 pounds. And we know that it's not about a number. It is about your confidence, your energy. I'm coming over here, Mike. Your sexiness, your joy, the way that you fit into your skinny jeans. That's why you're here. And that's exactly what you're going to walk away with tonight. So sit tight, buckle up. It's going to be awesome. And Mike, let's release the stress of the day and move on to the next part of our amazing presentation.
All righty. All right, guys. So to begin this, let's kick this off by rewinding the clock about 35 days ago. And 35 days ago, we were just a few days away from Christmas. And, as usual at that time of the year, we were kind of, doing the last things that we need to do to close out the year, obviously looking to close out the year strong after the year that it was. But always, for us, it's never about just the here and now. It's about what's coming down the pipe, right? What's in the future. And so for us, the thing that was on the precipice was, hey, we got to do another challenge in the new year. And so we knew that with that coming up, our next fitness challenge was kicking off. But that being said, we wanted to make sure that we did things a little bit different this time.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we didn't want to do anything that was tied to starvation or diets or excessive things. We had some friends that were doing some really intense things where you had to work out every single day. And I was like, that's kind of a lot. But at the end of it, the weight comes back on, right? After we stop using the colored containers or the food scales or the protein shakes, or you stop eating the salads or whatever it is that you were using during that time, we really wanted to be able to give people something that they could stick with for the rest of their life without having to be a gym rat or spending all that time that you don't need to spend in the gym. So we decided to do something that was not exactly sexy, all right, but it was exactly what our clients needed. And so we basically built a challenge entirely around making healthy habits fun, and I actually do mean fun, for people to form. Now, here's what's so cool about that. Even though it wasn't a weight or a fat loss challenge, we knew that people would lose anyway, and here's why, all right? Before we knew that they would lose, we knew that they would feel really good in the process. And at the end of the day, we knew that we would help to ingrain the habits that they needed to lose more or maintain their loss for the remainder of the year. But most of all, because this is really where it's at for us ladies, we want to feel confident, energized. We want to feel strong, like we increased our strength. We seriously want to see tone, right? And we absolutely want to feel fit.
So we knew that we hit it just right when about 9 or 10 days or so into the challenge, we were hearing about results like this. So Lauren down 5 pounds and totally committed, even swallowing the killer sadistic workouts this week. If you guys didn't know what I had dropped, you would know what she's talking about. Laura down exactly 3 pounds, staying committed to the game. Rosalie down 7 pounds so far, going strong. Lisa overall down 3.5 pounds, which is much more progress than I thought. And we're going to circle back to that one in a little while for a very specific reason.
Well, Anne was down 10 pounds going into her last week. She and Laura basically not only formed this amazing habit of meal prepping, but they really shared it with the rest of the community. And that was a huge inspiration to every single person that's in our community. So here's Laura once again dropping her meal prep. Picture is not shown here, but she lost another 1.5 pounds from the previous week's post, which is so amazing. Congrats, Laura. So the big deal is that everybody in this challenge had really been on a fat loss journey, right? Like that's, I think, initially we're like, yeah, it's about the fat loss. they had been actively working out. They'd been focusing on their nutrition. Like we had been going good. These were not newbies, these women, right? A lot of these women.
These were not people who were like getting their first 5 or 10 pounds off the body. These are people who've been working at this for quite some time.
Exactly. And really what they wanted to do is they wanted to take the results to the next level, right? Like we want to do what we've already achieved, and then we want to next level it. So this was really about forming those habits that they needed, right? And we focused on those small but very significant things that help to get them to their goal.
So as the saying goes, guys, big doors swing on small hinges. And so what we wanted to focus our attention on during this challenge was not the big things that people usually do, which that being, the big starvation diet, or I'm going to just live on shakes for the next month, or, I'm going to do a workout every single day and I'm going to put in an hour and a half. We wanted to focus on what are the little things that we could be doing that if we just turn the dial on those, it would make all the difference. So that being said, we just listed out about 7 habits that we felt were absolutely necessary for people to really make a big change. And you're going to ask yourself, what's the deal with the points? Well, most challenges are based around weight loss, right? Most challenges, you want to see how much weight you lost. We wanted to focus on, did you do the habits? And so we assign a point value for every single day somebody hit one of these habits or they hit certain weekly habits. And what's awesome about this, guys, is that the 28 days isn't even up. Those people are finishing up this Friday and they're getting those kind of results. Again, people who have been training and working at their nutrition and their exercise for a while. And I mean, most of those people have been with us for years, actually. So big breakthroughs. That being said, habit number 1, follow the meal plan, right? We lay out certain portions. And, if you know anything about our program, we're not about counting calories or, weighing and measuring food. We do have a very simple system that we put in place for people to be able to know that they're getting the right amount. So we just want to make sure every day, are you doing that? Or at least are you getting close? Habit number 2, and this was a big one, 7 hours of sleep per night, minimum, okay? And we know, especially for you ladies out there who are running jobs, running households, running school these days, chances are you are getting very little sleep, but we know what a big thing this plays in your ability to burn body fat, to keep your energy levels up, to recover from workouts and all that stuff. So we wanted to put an emphasis there. And then habit number 3, we know a lot of people certainly do not drink enough water, especially during this time of year when it's cold out. People I have no desire to drink a lot of water. Ironically enough, during the winter is when most people dehydrate. You would think it's during the summer when it's hot and you're sweating, but it actually happens during the winter because nobody wants to drink water. Yeah. And so, listen, 72 ounces may be, a lot for some. It may be a little for others, but we felt like this was a good starting point for a lot of people who just do not have this habit to begin with. And so we assessed that with a 3-point value. And then 20 minutes of general activity. And it doesn't have to mean that you're doing your workout. So if you're just being active, like literally I spent about 10 minutes of activity earlier today wrestling with the kids. That's activity.
Sleigh riding.
Yes. Yes.
Walk your dog, it's awesome. I love it. And they earn points for that too, which is very fun.
Yeah. And then another biggie was, did you get 3 Pure Physique workouts in this week? Mm-hmm. Habit number 6, we did have daily weigh-ins. So even though this was not about losing weight, we are big on tracking data. We want to know what's going on because guess what? With this data in hand, and if you are doing all the other things, then we know what's going on. We can pinpoint what's not working. If your daily weigh-ins are all over the place and you're not doing the other things, well, then it's very easy to also understand maybe why things aren't going your way. And then habit number 7 was taking weekly progress pics because we know, guys, and we've talked about this many, many, many of times, the scale does not tell the whole story. So you need to see your progress. And we know people don't love doing this, which is why we assess this 10 points.
But notice what habit you didn't see on there. I mean, I don't know. Hold on. Before you even go anywhere, did anybody notice what was not on there, because you're like, all right, that sounds like pretty good stuff. But the one thing that most people, maybe I'm just talking about myself here, no cardio. There was absolutely no cardio anywhere on that. And maybe that's why you're here tonight. So that being said, if you enjoy cardio, do it, right? We're not saying don't do it at all. But if you hate it, like me, it's not part of the program. So you're totally winning. So that being said, when it comes to fat loss, cardio does not matter. It does not make a dent in our fat loss. And if you want the research to back that up, we will absolutely provide that, guys. But we can't drive that point home hard enough. Cardio does not burn fat, right? It doesn't. All of these habits are what equated to everybody being able to lose weight. So.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys kind of my non-scientific distribution. All right. So if we were to look at all of these habits that we should be integrating each day, what is the percentage? Because you always hear people toss around stuff like, oh, it's 80% diet, it's 90% diet. And that's true if you're just comparing nutrition and exercise. But rarely do we think about, again, all these other little factors that really create big results. And so, yes, your meal plan will probably account for 70% of the results that you get if you are following a plan like this. Sleep, 10%.
Wow.
Which that's a big amount. And a lot of that ties to the fact that your body is not recovering. If you're under a lot of stress and you're not sleeping well, right? Your cortisol levels shoot through the roof, and guess what happens then? You're storing more belly fat. The one thing that you show up trying to get rid of, and you could just do this one thing, get more sleep and lose belly fat. I mean, to me, that makes a lot more sense than spending about 45 minutes on a treadmill or an elliptical or riding a bike.
I'll take it.
Okay. And then water plays a big role because, again, if we're dehydrated, our bodies are not functioning at a top level, which means our metabolism is not functioning at its peak. And then obviously we always want to remain active. And so listen, I get it. For some people, their 20 minutes of activity might actually be doing some cardio, right? And that's all well and good, but just also keeping in mind that it's only going to account for a very small percentage of the calories that you burn. I know I've made mention in the past on other webinars that we've done that really that type of activity, I mean, it accounts for less than the 20% of your total energy expenditure in a day. Mm-hmm. So when you compare that to the fact that your brain burns about 25%, accounts for 25% of your metabolism per day, you just have to think really hard and you'll burn just as many calories as you would if you were going for a run.
We got some books for that.
And then finally, the last one was just your pure physique or resistance training workouts, which we know that building more muscle is going to elevate your metabolism, and that in itself is not necessarily what ties directly to losing the fat, but it certainly ties directly to keeping it off.
Heck yeah. So let's just have some real talk for a minute, ladies. You are never going to get this perfect. And I just want to drive that point home. We are not perfect. I am not perfect. We don't expect you to be perfect, right? You're a mom, you're a wife, you're a housekeeper, you're the laundry maid, you're a chauffeur, you're keeping track of homeschool, right? Are they in school? Are they in person? Are they online? What's going on? You're a computer tech actually this year. I think there's more computer tech moms than ever before in the history of our world. You're a therapist, you're a doctor, you're so many different things. Now, we don't use those things as excuses. They are not excuses. I say all of those because all of the women that you saw those amazing results from, they are all of those things just like you, just like me. And so if we all can do it, guess what? You're here to find out that you can do it too. And in fact, what I want you to do at this point is whatever takeaway stood out to you where you're doesn't sound so bad. It doesn't sound so hard. Oh, I didn't realize that sleep was so important. Drop some of your takeaways in the comments right now. Let us know what spoke most to you or what you're walking away with here today so that we can help to solidify that in your brain. Maybe you'll share something that's an aha for someone else. So drop in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is thus far. So that being said, if you do these habits, these 7 effective habits that Mike laid out, if you do them better than you're doing them now, well, guess what? That starts to become your normal standard. Then the fat loss, the tone, the strength, the confidence, right? And all of the energy that you're seeking, well, all the feels that come along with it, that becomes your normal standard. And I know that that's the best news for any busy mom. In fact, it was for 3 that I spoke with earlier today. 1 is going to join us in studio and 2 are going to be joining us online in a program. So what we want you to do too is drop any questions or comments in the comments. Let us know. Again, I want to know those takeaways. I'm watching you guys. I see you here. And so that being said, we do have a 6-week Body Strong Challenge that kicks off this coming Monday, February 1st. Here's what I want you to do, guys. All right, right? You're here for you right now. And so I know that you may be sitting there and like that, I don't know. Do I really need it? Do I, don't I, do I, do? Tell that little voice, shh, and remind yourself that sitting in I don't know doesn't give us confidence, right? We feel like we're lacking confidence when we say things like, I don't know. And it reminds me of a client that I spoke with earlier this week. Well, that was yesterday. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, whoa, like, let's get into I know. And so what I want you to do right now, what we need for you to do is for you to say, you know what, this is something I'm interested in. And if that's you, if you're like, I'm interested in feeling more confident, feeling sexier, I am interested in having more energy. If that's you, drop I'm in the comments. You're not committing to anything. You're going to secure your spot because what we're offering tonight for you being on here, we got 12+ people on, is we're going to give you a $100 discount. Now, that doesn't mean you have to talk to us tonight, right? We're not going to be calling you after this. We got a 9:30 bedtime we got to stick to, okay? What you're doing is you're securing your spot. So should you decide to move forward with it, you got $100 off. Now, tomorrow, it's going to be $100 more. And I don't know any woman that pays $100 more for anything. When it's offered at $100 off, you take that coupon, you take that discount, right? I see you with the Kohl's coupons. Like, let's go. Get I'm in the comments below. Secure your spot and we will reach out to you and have a conversation to decide if you're a good fit for us and if we're a good fit for you. But it's going to be absolutely amazing. So we want to thank you guys for showing up for yourself. We have a couple of comments over there in the comments section. Let's see. Get that water in. All the feels. Some
in.
Oh my gosh. All right. We got a bunch of ins. That's so exciting. That's awesome. So cool. 6-week strong challenge has my name on it. Heck yes, it does. We are so excited for you guys. We thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I mean, I think that this should have driven the point home that if nothing else, guys, don't put all your focus onto all these big, overwhelming things. Like really just focusing on the little stuff. And if you do those little things just a little bit better, trust me, again, those big doors swing on little hinges. And yes, guys, it's out there for you too. Corey Beth is just so biased towards the ladies that she's so biased towards the ladies. And I'm not going to interrupt her when she's on a roll. So I apologize for that, but I'm not sorry. I mean, listen, we love you ladies and we love you guys too, of course.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, guys, like hop on in. It's going to be awesome. And you know what? Like, if you didn't notice one thing, when you showed that last piece from Laura and we had the little thing circled at the bottom, she did ask, she did request, Mike, can we do another 28-day challenge after this one? So guess what, all of you people who are already in one of the Pure Physique studios, if you're in VIP or on any of our remote programs, you're in already. You're in already.
What?
Oh, yeah.
That
you guys
is
are in.
Amazing.
So we are going to roll this thing right over for you guys. So whoop, whoop. You guys are going to get to enjoy that as we roll this thing on for not just another 28 days. I mean, do quick math. What is that now? That's
Mid-March.
42 days.
Total. Got it.
42 days.
It's going to be amazing. And yes, guys, we want you into, listen, we know that typically the women come and then the men follow, but if you're the man that's going to like step up first, we honor you because that is freaking amazing that you are here. I wish we could see who that was. Actually, we can see who that is. Let's find out. And yeah, let's rock and roll. This is for moms, dads, men, women, everybody. It's for you. But, you know, sorry, my bias totally got the best of me tonight, I guess. All right, let's see who that was. And then we're going to hop off. It doesn't say it.
Of course, it does say it out there. All right, we will find it afterwards.
Rosalie's down 9 pounds. She was 7 in the
Nice.
picture. Congratulations.
That's what I'm
Rosalie.
talking about.
Oh, we are so proud of you. That's awesome. All right, they're excited. We're going to we're going to give you guys a text. We'll get you all hooked up. I don't know where that guy comment came from. Maybe that's a guy you're friends with, but it's
Yep.
not in my feed. So
Oh, let's see that. Because you alienated. Because you alienated.
So it's not. So it's not. I'll
All
do
right,
better next
guys.
time. Hey, next week, Tuesday, we'll be here again. Every single Tuesday night, you get another dose of Mike and Corey Bath.